Your host, Rob Stevens, and we have a packed show for all of you. As winter sports come to a close and spring sports come rushing upon us, we look on to men's and women's hockey, including a possible UCHC championship crown, as well as both men's and women's basketball, lacrosse, baseball, and many upcoming events. Over the past weekend, the men's hockey team had their semifinals matchup against Nazareth. Saturday, playing against Nazareth, college freshman Dante Zapata scored the first goal to start the game off strong, giving the Pioneers the 1-0 lead. Later on into the second, Nazareth was able to tie the game back up 1-1 on a goal by Xander Pryor off the assist from Cole Moore. It wasn't until the third period when the Pioneers were able to score 3 straight unanswered goals, 2 by John Monkovich and 1 by Daniel Fritz. The Pioneers ended up winning with a score of 5-2. And on Sunday, for Game 2 against Nazareth, the first goal was made by Donovan Ah of Utica in the second period at 11 minutes and 50 seconds, setting the Pioneers up for a hard game. Later on into the second period, the Pioneers seemed to be running away to the championship game after going up 3-0 after Vander McManus got his third goal of the season on an assist from Tyler Dill and Daniel Fritz. Nazareth came roaring back in the third period, scoring 2 straight on goals by Casey Cabarra 5 minutes into it, and then 9 minutes in by James McDonald. The Pioneers were able to hold off the Golden Flyers in the final 10 minutes to advance to their 5th straight UCHC championship game, winning 3-2. Women's hockey team also had a UCHC playoff matchup on Saturday, away from home against Elmira College. It seemed to be Elmira's game to lose after going up 3-0 in the first period after goals by Emma Crocker, Mary McCafferty, and Morgan Mordini. At 13 minutes and 39 seconds into the second period, the first goal was made by Caroline Whitney, assisted by Georgiana Santullo of the Pioneers to make the score 4-1 as they attempted the comeback. Unfortunately, as the last buzzer rang, 5-1 was the final score, and their season comes to a close. The Utica College men's lacrosse team played this past Sunday against SUNY Poly. They started off their game strong with a 4-0 lead at the end of the first period. Dylan Dunham had 3 goals in the first period, 2 unassisted goals, and 1 assisted by Jared Malden. The fourth goal was an unassisted goal scored by junior Dale Wagner. However, SUNY Poly came back in the second, scoring 3 goals, ending the second period with a 4-3 lead for Utica. In the third period, John Avery assisted Dale Wagner for a goal, giving Utica a 5-4 lead in the third. The game unfortunately ended with an 8-6 loss for the Utica College men's lacrosse team. We also would like to mention that currently going on UCPioneers.com or Charles A. Gaetano Stadium, our women's lacrosse team is facing off against SUNY Ken in their home opener. The Utica College men's basketball team played in their Empire 8 men's basketball tournament this past Friday against second-seeded St. John Fisher. They lost against Fisher 81-68, where they finished with 18 wins this season. This is actually the most the team has won in a single season since 2007. Sophomore Darius Hopkins had a team high of 21 points for the night, while junior Kemedrick Murphy had a game high of 15 rebounds along with 9 points. Utica had an early lead of 17-10 with 12 minutes left in the half. They ended the half behind Fisher, with Fisher leading 44-29. The Pioneers came back, tying Fisher with 10 minutes and 16 seconds left to play. After halftime, though, Fisher dominated the court, ultimately winning 80-68. This closing out the men's basketball season. The Utica College women's basketball team had their Empire 8 tournament matchup against Sage in their third meeting of the season. It was the first time anybody on this team had a taste of the tournament, and they came out strong. Going into halftime, Nicolette Conkin seemed to be having a night, totaling 17 points as they went to the locker room with a 1-point lead. Later into the third quarter, the Pioneers went on a run, enabling them to take an 11-point lead with 5 minutes remaining in the third. But then, as the fourth quarter came, so did Megan Flynn, who totaled 28 points and 17 rebounds as Sage went on a huge comeback to close the game out. Despite the career-high 37 points by Conkin, the women's basketball team season came to a close as they fell to Sage 82-75, capping off an unbelievable season by Nicolette Conkin, who just received Empire 8 Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year. The Utica College men's baseball team lost the first game of Sunday's doubleheader in Dover, Delaware against Wesley College by a score of 2-1. Johnson had an RBI for UC in the 7th inning, but ultimately it wasn't enough to get the win. However, in the second game, the Pioneers beat Wesley College by a score of 9-3. Matthew Fitzgerald went 3 for 4 for UC, while Matthew Leviton also had a strong performance, going 2 for 3. Daniel Parslow got his first victory on the season, allowing 1 hit in his 5 innings pitched. Utica is off the rest of the week till another doubleheader on Sunday in Flemington, New Jersey, against Yeshiva University. Utica College men's and women's track will be facing off against Nazareth in the All-Atlantic Regional Track and Field Conference Championship in Rochester, New York on Friday and Saturday, both at 11 a.m. The men's hockey team will be going against Wilkes University for the UCHC crown at the Utica Memorial Auditorium Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. Men's lacrosse will be at Potsdam to face SUNY Potsdam Saturday at 1 p.m., while the women's lacrosse is playing Wesleyan College at home. Their start time will be both at 3 p.m. Baseball is back to New Jersey to play Yeshiva University on Sunday for another doubleheader, with the first at 12 p.m. and the second at 3 p.m. And that is going to wrap up today's showing of UCTV Overtime. A huge congratulations to our men's basketball and both women's hockey and basketball on a tremendous season that led to postseason play. And thank you all for tuning in. Go Pioneers!